So always feel free to reach out, see what kind of programs they can offer your clients, what kind of deals they can do, because they've got some good things in store for us as Realty One Group agents. So
yeah,
I'll let Jessica take over.
all right, I'm just trying to get back to my Zoom screen now because I swear I know how this works.
No problem.
Okay,
Here,
let
while
me.
you're getting back there, I will just go over the housekeeping, which is, as always, I'm sure Jessica is the same way I am because we are on Zoom. We will keep an eye on the chat box. So if we see something and she misses it because she's busy, I will bring it to her attention. If you have a question, you can throw it in there. You can unmute yourself and just be like, hey, Jessica, I got a question. Or if you can't remember her name, just be like, I've got a question. Totally appropriate. I'm sure she won't count it as rude if you interrupt, or you can raise your little like Zoom hand under reactions. You can raise your hand to ask a question as well. So there you go. Have at it.
Yeah. Give me just 2 seconds here. Normally I have, actually, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going to move you because I need a second computer screen so that I can do this for you guys. I need to plug into my office instead of out in the main room. So, but happy Wednesday. I thought yesterday was Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. And thank you all for being here today. I really appreciate it. We're going to go over fixed rate versus variable rate mortgages today. And I won't keep you for too long, and we'll have a period for questions and answers at the end of this, and get you guys all set up and ready to go. All right. Sorry, I need this one over here, and I need another one over here. All right. And presenting that, and let me get you guys looking at the same thing that I'm looking at. Okay, perfect. Can you guys see that okay? Yeah? Okay, perfect. Thanks, Amy. All right, so came up with a cute little title for you guys. Unlock the stability of fixed rate mortgages and master the art of long-term financial stability. So thank you all for being here because I really appreciate it. Holy cow. Okay, switching computer screens. All right, so thank you again for joining us today. We're going to delve into an important topic for you guys. So for the most part, I know all of you predominantly work with fixed rate mortgages when you're working with your clients. And we're just going to go ahead and talk about it a little bit more today, and talk about why the fixed rate mortgage can give your client a little bit more peace of mind, establish a solid foundation for their financial well-being. And we're going to dive into that and explore the key aspects of those for you guys. So all right. So fixed rate mortgages are a popular choice for many homeowners. In a fixed rate mortgage, the interest rate remains constant throughout the loan term. Typically, this loan term ranges from 15 to 30 years. Can somebody name a mortgage product that has a fixed rate term? Anybody?
A 15-year fixed.
Yes. And what can you get that on, Amy?
What can you get that on? You can get that on, I'm not sure exactly what the question is, but like a residential home, single
Can
family,
you
primary mortgage.
Can you get on a government-backed loan?
You can.
Can you get on a conventional loan?
You can.
All right, I love it. So the stability of fixed rate mortgages arises from the fact that the monthly payments remain the same throughout the life of the loan, regardless of what the market does. So while many of our buyers are still worrying about where interest rates currently are, the benefit to having a fixed rate mortgage is whether you choose to go with whatever the market rate is today, or whether you choose to buy down that rate is fixed for the entire life of your loan. And that stability provides a sense of security and allows you to have better long-term financial planning. All right. So comes with predictable payments. With fixed rate mortgages, your monthly payments are fixed, making budgeting and financial planning easier. You won't be caught off guard with a sudden payment increase. It gives you protection from rising interest rates. So I know the conversation has been interest rates are going to go down this year. They're going to get better. We're going to see better terms at some point. And as all of you, I'm sure, are aware, if you're paying any attention at all to the mortgage industry, rates have not done anything that they have predicted that they were going to do. And we're 6 months into the year. Okay. So it's been a very interesting year, but it has still been productive. So I'm okay with it. All right. So having the protection from the rising interest rates, there is the reason I brought this up, I'm sorry, is because the fact that when the chief economic, what is his title? Chief Economic Analyst, I think for CAR, was at the NSCAR meeting. For those of you who missed it, he was talking about the fact that they are actually predicting that mortgage rates will go up even higher this year before they come back down. So when you have a fixed term loan like this, that's going to save you from future rate hikes. Whereas if you have an adjustable rate loan or if you're paying interest only, you're going to get hit with those rises in interest rates if they decide to go up, okay, which can save you a significant amount of money over time. Again, it gives you long-term stability. The fixed rate mortgages offer stability over the entire loan term, again, ranging from 15 to 30 years. And so you can create a budget, confidently plan out your finances, know that your mortgage payments are going to remain the same. So another benefit is if you have a client who's currently renting, there's no protection against a rise in rates on rental properties. The moment that their lease is up, they are at the mercy of whatever those rental prices are. If you're in a 30-year mortgage and your payment's $2,300, your payment's $2,300 for 30 years. So it makes it a lot easier to plan your future when you know what you're dealing with, which leads to the next one, peace of mind. Stability of fixed rate mortgages provides peace of mind, allowing you to focus on other financial goals and investments. No surprises, no raises in your rates, no raises in the rents. All right. So I know I mentioned ARMs a little bit earlier, and there are some circumstances in which an adjustable rate mortgage or an ARM is the correct fit for your client. And if that's the case, we are more than happy to cover those options with them. For those of you who don't know, once upon a time, I was a real estate agent. That's actually how Amy and I know each other. And then I switched over to lending, and I had a client who came to me and said, we want to purchase this house. It was a listing by Tom Rapisarda. I will never forget this. He goes, but we want to purchase with an ARM. And I'm like, okay, I've been selling real estate at this point for 5 years. I've never had a client choose an ARM. Like, what are they thinking? Like, what is their thought process or logic behind doing this? Well, military family, right? He knows that they're going to be here for 3 to 4 years. They're looking at a 5-1 ARM, I think is what they were looking at the time. Well, so by the time that they move out of their house, they're out of it free and clear before that first initial potential hike on their interest rate or having to refinance it into a fixed rate mortgage. So for them, having an ARM was a risk that he was willing to take because it just made more sense for him. And for most people, that's not necessarily the case. So what they come with, adjustable rate mortgages do have a little bit of uncertainty. You are going to have a period of time where it's fixed, but you can have a rate adjustment where the increase in the interest rate can significantly impact your monthly payments and potentially lead to financial strain. So think about a client who maybe got a 2.5% interest rate 5 years ago. If their period of time is coming up and now they have to go into that adjustable rate mortgage now, what are interest rates sitting at now? Depending on what their credit score is and what program they're going with, you're looking at a 5% hike in your rate. How much does that throw off your monthly living expenses? It's huge. And it's something that is really scary for most people. You don't want to deal with it. So most people who go into an ARM either end up refinancing or they just go with a fixed rate mortgage because it just makes more sense for them. ARMs are market dependent, so they can expose your borrower to market fluctuations and potential interest rate spikes, like I just mentioned. And obviously they're unpredictable. Nobody predicted that we were going to go from 2-3% interest rates into the sevens. That wasn't something that we saw coming. It made for a very interesting year last year. It's still making for some interesting and hard times right now for all of us. Which again is why adjustable rate mortgages are not necessarily the right choice for your borrower. I'm not going to say that they are never the right choice because that would be wrong. But for the most part, an adjustable rate mortgage is not necessarily the right fit for most borrowers. Does anybody have questions on ARMs before I go to the next slide? And if I'm going too fast, please just tell me to slow down, okay? All right. So given the advantages and risks that we've discussed here, it's pretty clear that the fixed rate mortgage is traditionally a better choice for long-term financial security. Again, it's going to give your client that peace of mind, stable monthly payments, sense of security, eliminates surprises, makes it much easier for budgeting and financial planning, allows for protection against inflation. So as we know, as inflation rises, fixed rate mortgage payments become relatively more affordable. Okay. Flexibility and control. Homeowners can confidently make long-term financial decisions without concern for changing interest rates, which is always a good thing in my mind. So the reason we call it mastering the art of long-term financial security is because in order to do that, it's essential to embrace the stability of fixed rate mortgages while considering other financial strategies. So you want to evaluate your financial situation, assess your financial capabilities, income stability, and long-term goals to determine if a fixed rate mortgage aligns with your needs. Because as I explained earlier, sometimes it's not what's going to align with what you currently need right now. You can compare mortgage offers. So we do always recommend, and most clients do this, that if you're not comfortable with the information that we're providing you, you can go ahead and research and compare different lenders to find the most favorable terms, interest rates, and loan options. Now, we are a mortgage broker, so that means we work with about 25 different lenders. I know that sounds a little confusing because you're like, Jessica, aren't you a lender? I am a lender, but we broker through multiple banks, which allows us to go through and find unique products for you and your clients. So it allows us to shop interest rates, loan options, loan products, etc., which allows us to essentially do what you would do talking to 5 different lenders. Choose an appropriate loan term. So this is where the 15 or the 30-year comes in. For most people, they're going to do the 30-year mortgage option because the payment is a little bit easier to afford. If you shrink that 30-year mortgage down to 15 years, you're essentially doubling that payment. So let's say we ran numbers for you today. Your payment's $3,000 a month on a 30-year. If we shrink that to a 15-year, your mortgage payment is going to almost double. So the benefit is that you'll pay less interest over the life of the loan. The biggest thing is make sure that you make timely payments on your mortgage. They do show up on your credit score, and most loan products, if you have a late mortgage payment within the last 12 months, we cannot get you a new mortgage. I can't refinance you. I can't help you buy a new house. We have to wait until that falls off. Occasionally we can get an exception depending on what happened if we can get it taken off. But for the most part, you do not want to have a late mortgage payment show up on your credit report.
Jessica, how long does it take for it to actually fall off?
So it will stay on your credit report for 7 years, but it rolls out of our 12-year period. So like, let's say it was last June. Okay. So for this entire month, I can't touch you. Like, I can't give you a mortgage. Come July, we're fine. I can go ahead and do it because now your late payment is over a year old and we're fine. So for most of the products with Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, VA, USDA, most of them, it cannot be showing on there in the last 12 months. So it's not that it's going to disappear off your credit report, but it no longer affects our ability to lend you money. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. When you have a set mortgage payment that you don't have to worry about fluctuating, it does allow you to explore some additional financial strategies, which allows you to diversify your investments, save for emergencies, explore other avenues for long-term wealth accumulation, buy a second home, buy an investment property, buy a vacation property, go buy a horse, a goat, whatever you need. Somebody who has mastered that, by the way, is our very own Amy Petard, because I watched her set a goal and she nailed it to buy a home on some farmland. And that was great. So if you have more questions on that, you can ask her how she did it. It was pretty impressive. In conclusion, actually, sorry, let me switch this for you guys. Fixed rate mortgages do offer a path to long-term financial security. By unlocking the stability that they provide, you can confidently plan your future and build a solid foundation for your financial well-being. Always remember to evaluate your financial situation, look at different mortgage options, choose an appropriate loan term, make your payments on time, explore additional financial strategies, and embrace the stability that fixed payment is going to provide you and your family. I think we all get very complacent with the fact that, well, of course my mortgage is what it is. Like, why would it change? But if you were never a renter or used to be a renter, think back to when rental prices have changed and it throws your world into a tailspin. Either you're looking for a new rental that's cheaper, or you're going, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? When you have a home and a mortgage with a fixed rate loan term, then you have stability that a lot of people right now don't have. Homeownership is definitely a very big struggle, especially for those in California. If you came to the Selling Solano event yesterday, you got to hear a little bit about it and some of the things that the cities in Solano County are doing for their residents. But it's our job to try and help as many people as possible get into homes if that's what they are looking for. So right now I will answer any questions that you guys have, whether it's about this, if you have other mortgage questions, the floor is open and I am all yours. No, you guys are always so quiet. Okay, so let me guys ask you a question. So Amy and I have put together a series for July and August. I do have some additional training resources. I know Amy's doing a lot of different classes, but what are some things that you guys would be interested in us bringing to you as far as classes?
There was
Anybody?
something that I can't remember. There was one thing that I wanted, but I can't remember what it is now.
Well, if you think of it, are you going to be here Friday?
I know where you work.
Yeah, I was like, I'm really easy to find. If you guys ever need to find me, I'm currently sitting in my corner office in the Realty One Group office location. So if you need to find me, I'm in the very back, right next to Bruce and Fran.
On the far side, yeah.
On the far side. Yeah. The running joke is I'm on the 8-7 side, not the 8-8.
That's funny.
You know, technically, I'm on the 8-8 side and they're on the 8-7. I'm just saying, with the way the building faces, that's technically more accurate. Okay. Well, I will. Yeah, go ahead, Amy.
I was just saying, everybody's quiet this morning.
I think it's that 9 a.m. class. just gets everybody.
We're just
So.
a tough crowd. We're just a
Oh.
tough crowd.
Well, I will do my best to try and make these presentations not too long to bore you guys to death. Hopefully fill them with some good information that'll have you thinking about some things. I'm always open to feedback. So if there's something I can do better, please let me know. If there's a topic that you want us to talk about, please let me know. Because we are here for you guys to go over whatever it is that you would like to cover. So we can send you out into the world prepped and ready to go. Okay.
Raquel said she comes up with questions, but she can't right now.
That's
So
okay. Yeah, I'm like, and I will put it in the chat box right now. That is my phone number. And that's my email, and that is my cell phone. So please feel free to call me, text me. If for some reason you lose my phone number, Amy has it, Melina has it, Carly has it, Kara has it, Ed has it, everybody has it. And again, pretty much every day of the week, you can find me in the office in my little corner working away on your guys' files.
Fabulous. Thanks for joining us today. I'm sure Abby will throw the attendance link in the chat box as it magically appears. And on that, remember when you log your attendance, if you come up with some ideas that you would like, that you were just embarrassed to say out loud today, there is a little place for you to put what kind of trainings you would like to see, whether they're Linda related or not. And we really appreciate you joining us this morning, Jessica, and sharing your knowledge on fixed rate and adjustable rate mortgages. And we shall see you in July.
Yes, you guys are literally in July, the last thing that I do before I leave for a 10-day vacation. So I'm coming in, I'm teaching a class to you guys, going home, finishing packing my bags, and I have a red eye to St. Lucia that night.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. So thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Love seeing all your faces, even if it's just your pictures on your things. So thank you for being here, and thank you, Amy.
Yep. Thank you.
Bye, guys.